Hey guys, let's get more news about Steelers, but first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Steelers off-season defensive additions prove vital. Donte Jackson pointed excitedly to signal a change in possession and began celebrating before the ball even made it to DeShon Elliott's hands. As soon as I saw Drake London break in, I just put my hand up because I knew Kirk Cousins didn't have time to pump or pull it down, Jackson said. It's going to be a sack or it's going to be a pick. Once I saw what the receiver was doing, I just put my hand up. I knew he was running right into the coverage. The ball was there, and it made me look like a genius. Elliott's interception, the first of the Steelers' season and the fourth of the safety's career, helped set the tone for the defense in Atlanta and maybe for the rest of the season as the Steelers enter a Week 2 matchup against rookie quarterback Bo Nix and the Denver Broncos. Playing in their first game with the Steelers, Elliott and Jackson, who had an interception of his own in the fourth quarter, complemented longtime Steelers stalwarts with their own game-changing plays. Their veteran presence was evident, Tomlin said. They're new to us, but they're not new to the NFL, and so I love their game day demeanor. They were communicative, they played with great energy, they were helpful to each other and others, and that's just stuff that you get from veteran players new to us but not new to the game. They weren't wide-eyed, and I didn't expect them to be. That's one of the reasons why we're really excited about acquiring them. Once under-the-radar defensive acquisitions overshadowed by the splashy offensive moves, the duo wasted little time making an impact. Elliott, who signed a 2-year, $6 million contract in free agency, recorded his interception less than 11 minutes into the game, while Jackson helped close out the win. Being a new guy, no matter where you're at, you work in an office, work in a plant is always going to be, you want to gain the guy's respect, Jackson said. You want to feel that energy. You want to feel like one of the guys, and all through camp, everybody always made me feel like one of the guys. But I knew for me personally it would come once I start doing what I've normally done, and the past 6 years I've always made plays. Jackson, who was acquired from the Carolina Panthers in exchange for wide receiver Diontae Johnson, made his first major play as a Steeler late in the fourth quarter, snagging Cousins' pass intended for Ray McCloud III as the Falcons trailed by 5 with less than 3 minutes to go. Jackson stayed on his feet and returned the interception 49 yards to give his offense the ball in the red zone with a chance to seal the win. Afterward, Jackson and his defensive teammates raced to the end zone for the second time Sunday afternoon to take a celebratory picture with their newest brother and his intercepted ball. We harp on turnover culture every day, but at the same time, it feels even better with DeShon just getting here, D-Jack getting here, and they're making immediate plays, inside linebacker Elandon Roberts said. We're excited for them. The team is around them big time, this is family. Then it brings the fan base in, and lets them know like, hey man, these guys are Pittsburgh Steelers, embrace them. Explaining the Steelers jersey patch in 2024, what does Russell Wilson's mean? If you pay close attention to NFL jerseys, you'll notice that certain teams and players have oddly specific patches on their uniforms. In 2024, the New York Giants are sporting a 100 patch to celebrate their 100th season as a professional football team. Since 2007, teams have been permitted to give out the C patch, recognizing team captains. But not every NFL patch is self-explanatory. The Pittsburgh Steelers have a pair of players sporting a patch you may not have picked up on before now. On the right side of Russell Wilson's jersey, opposite the team logo, is a bronze-colored patch of a caped player. This logo commemorates those who have been named the NFL's Walter Payton Man of the Year. The NFL Man of the Year logo was first created as a sculpture by artist Daniel Bennett Schwartz in 1969, according to the Pro Football Hall of Fame. The sculpture portrayed a nondescript caped lineman standing alone on the sidelines. The focus of this player standing off the field represents the award's meaning, recognizing excellence both on and off the field. Johnny Unitas won the first NFL Man of the Year award in 1970. Legendary running back Walter Payton would go on to win this award in 1977. Following his death in 1999, the NFL Man of the Year award was renamed the Walter Payton Man of the Year Award. While the NFL has been handing out the Walter Payton Man of the Year award since 1970, players were not recognized with a specific jersey patch for this award until 2017. Players like Larry Fitzgerald and J.J. Watt could be spotted wearing this honorary symbol after the patch was recognized by the league. Earning Walter Payton Man of the Year honors is no easy feat. Only one player can represent each team per season for a chance to earn this award. The winner of the 32 nominees is announced at the NFL honor ceremony following the season. Russell Wilson earned his Walter Payton Man of the Year patch in 2020. But he's not the only Steeler recognized by this prestigious honor. Following the 2023 season, Cameron Heyward was named the Walter Payton Man of the Year for his character and contributions to the community. Because of the positioning of the Steelers logo above the left pectoral on every jersey, Wilson and Heyward wear their Walter Payton Man of the Year patch on the right side of their jersey. This is the opposite of the standard positioning for this patch. Steelers' Russell Wilson remains limited with calf injury ahead of Broncos matchup. The Russell Wilson revenge game against the Denver Broncos might have to be put on hold for Week 2. The Pittsburgh Steelers quarterback was limited at practice with a calf injury that kept Wilson out of Week 1, according to NFL Network's Tom Pelissero. When Wilson was out, backup quarterback Justin Fields took the reins and led the Steelers to an 18-10 victory over the Atlanta Falcons. While Fields' performance wasn't anything to dream about, it got the job done. He threw 17 for 23 with 156 yards and 0 touchdowns or interceptions. He also rushed 14 times for 57 yards and no scores. Even though it was a kicker's game, the Steelers pulled out the victory. With the former Seahawks signal caller recovering from his injury, head coach Mike Tomlin is preparing like Fields will be his starter for Week 2. Tomlin is all about mistake-free football, and Fields had none in the Week 1 victory. Although his athleticism and playmaking highlight his skill set, Tomlin will substitute that for efficiency and no turnovers. Another Fields start appears imminent, so it's only curious what Tomlin will expect. The mistake-free football is certainly intriguing after Fields made plenty of them during his time with the Chicago Bears. He had his best year in 2023, throwing 2,562 yards, 16 touchdowns, and 9 interceptions. Fields has 6 games without any interceptions, where the Bears went 4-2 in those games. Even with those games, Tomlin tends to trust the veteran quarterback running the offense. After all, he did have Ben Roethlisberger for 15 seasons before figuring out who the next franchise quarterback would be. The last true mobile quarterback the Steelers had was Kenny Pickett. Since moving on from Pickett, he traveled east and joined the in-state rival, Philadelphia Eagles. Tomlin also brought in a new offensive coordinator, Arthur Smith. Although Smith didn't perform the best as head coach, he can certainly run an offense. Smith had the same position with the Tennessee Titans and his success showed. In 2020, the Titans ranked in the top 5 in the NFL in plays of 50-plus yards, pass plays of 50-plus yards, offensive EPA, and total offense. Smith had weapons like running back Derrick Henry and wide receiver A.J. Brown, but Ryan Tannehill was the quarterback. Both Tannehill and Wilson are accurate, deep ball passers that Smith could utilize very well. Even with Wilson being more familiar with the system than Fields, the latter could be poised to start Week 2 in Denver if Wilson isn't cleared to play. And you fan? What do you think of the situation of Russell Wilson? Leave your opinion in the comments.